Hello, my name is Jeremy Jordan, and I'm the marketing manager for Cincom Smalltalk. We've been doing a lot of recent projects and hearing from our customers and partners about how they are using the modeling and mapping tool in Cincom ObjectStudio. Now, I know my colleagues have put a lot of work into these components, and they share their capabilities with us in team meetings often. So because of this excitement of what I've been hearing and seeing what I've been seeing in our team meetings, I decided I wanted to check some of these out for myself. The modeling and mapping tool is a component of Cincom ObjectStudio. It's a very visual aspect that allows you to show and discuss with your team or a client or maybe your boss what a solution can look like. The modeling and mapping tools allow business owners and software designers to work together to build full applications to support their business. In this first demonstration, we'll learn how to create a simple model and generate Smalltalk code from this model. After opening ObjectStudio, you see that the ObjectStudio launcher already has the modeling and mapping tool loaded. But if they aren't loaded for you, it's not a problem. Just simply go up to File, Load Application, and you can load them from there. In this first demonstration, we're going to look specifically at the modeling tool and then create a new model. We're going to give our top level model a significant name. Let's go for order registration system, since we're going to build a simple version of that system. Here we are adding a submodel to display the hierarchy of our model. We open this submodel to launch our object diagram, in which we'll visually design our model. Each submodel of your model can give you a different view of part of your system. In this submodel, for example, we will create some classes. And since all the classes we're going to create are database persistent, they will all be subclasses of a superclass called persistent object. Let's create some classes. And here we can put them randomly on our canvas. When we double-click one of the classes, the class editor opens. Here, we name this class persistent object, and we mark it as an abstract class. On the Generalization Specialization tab, we can specify the superclass, which will be this object. We now edit another class, and we name that Customer. On the Generalization Specialization tab, we specify that persistent object is the superclass. And after we close the class editor, you will see that an inheritance line is drawn between persistent object and customer. We now open a new class editor, and we name that class Order, but we don't specify the superclass just yet. We repeat the same action for order line and article. Here, we rearrange the classes a little, and we select the hierarchy tool from the toolbar, which is the third icon from the right. You click the superclass and draw a line to the subclass. After releasing the mouse button, you will see that the inheritance line has been created. We can repeat this for the remaining classes. Once this is all done, you can do a fit all on the canvas, which will redraw the shape to fit all the text. Now let's create some attributes for the classes. You press the attribute button in the toolbar here, and then click on the classes to add the attributes. Double-click an attribute to open the attribute editor. You can name the attribute and specify the domain type. We're going to repeat this a couple of times and add some more attributes to the classes. Now, you might need a domain type that is not defined by default in the modeling tool, but does exist in ObjectStudio. You add this domain through the Domain tab in the Attribute Editor. Now let's do one more fit all so we can rearrange the inheritance lines in the hierarchy model. You might have noticed we didn't add any relationship attributes yet. So let's go back to the Design Explorer, and when we open the Tree View node, you'll see that we have the classes as subnodes. When you click on the classes, you see the attributes. We create a new submodel to create a relationship view. We could do this in the order hierarchy submodel, but we want to show you here that you can use the same classes in different submodels. Now we're going to add classes to the diagram and not create them because the classes are already defined in the model. We are going to add all classes except the persistent object. Once they are on the diagram, we will rearrange them. Now we are going to add associations. We click the rightmost button on the toolbar and we make a link between customer and order, article and order line, and order line. As we create the associations, you'll notice that the attributes are added to the classes. We open the relationship editor. We define that a customer refers to 0 or more order, and that order refers to exactly one customer. We can also change attribute names and types on the left and right detail tabs. We repeat this action for all relations, but we change the order line relation to an aggregation since the order line cannot exist without an order. We've created the classes and the attributes, but all of this is not yet present in our Smalltalk image. When we open a class browser, we won't find any reference to our newly created model. You'll also notice that when we explore a class, we haven't gotten any methods yet. We'll create in our model a simple print method for persistent object. Here we do the same for customer. These print methods now exist in the model, but not yet in the image. Now it's time to generate our Smalltalk code. We choose the Tools Synchronize Implementation item, and we get a new interface. Here we select all the classes. Here we specify a package name and we press the Synchronize button. A warning appears to tell us that the classes do not yet exist in our image. We know that and we continue on. Here, we need to specify the package with the More button. This options window will give you parameters to control your code generation. Now your code synchronization runs smoothly. If we open the class browser, we will see that the classes are created and all methods are generated, including the manually created ones. The generated code is now visible in the modeling tool. If while testing, you are missing a method, you can create this method in the class browser. You will see that this has never been done before, but that the method is also created in the model. so the Smalltalk image remains in sync with the model. This ends our first demonstration on the Cincom ObjectStudio modeling tool. If you would like to see a full tutorial on this, please click the link below.